All right, let's get started. Good morning. My name is Jackie Ng, and I'm the hearing officer for San Francisco Public Works. Clint Otwell is the clerk for this hearing. This hearing is being recorded via Zoom and will be available afterwards through a link on the San Francisco Public Works website, sfpublicworks.org. As this is a virtual hearing, there is no sign-in sheet, so if you would like to receive information about the results of this hearing, please send an email to the email address listed on the hearing notice. If you do not have that with you, please contact James Ryan at james.ryan@sfdpw.org. This public hearing is being held to consider one item, order number 204717, Potrero Power Station Tentative Map Application. Number 10714, prepared on behalf of the California Barrel Company, LLC, a public body corporate and politic, submitted on August 25th, 2020, as modified by a revised tentative map, final map submitted on October 27th, 2020, tentative map for a 35 horizon lot, 13 vertical lot subdivision, and authorize up to 1,419 residential condominium units, up to 110 commercial condominium units, and up to 2,622 parking units. My job as the hearing officer is to gather the facts for the hearing item, listen to your testimonies, and help our Director of Public Works make determinations. I will not be making any decisions today. Instead, I will forward the findings from this hearing and make my recommendations to the director. The director will make the final determinations. When the director's determinations are made, the department will notify you of them if you have provided contact information. The hearing will proceed as follows for the one case. I will ask Public Works staff to speak first and present the case. Then I will allow either the property owner, the applicant, or the appellant to speak. Then any member of the public or witness who wants to speak, and then the department, if the department would like to address any comments. And then finally, again, the property owner, appellant, or applicant again, if that person has any rebuttals. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes to speak. The clerk will monitor the time for all speakers and will indicate when the speaker has 30 seconds left. If you are a party to this proceeding, I will call on you to speak. If you would like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak. You will then have 3 standard minutes to provide your comments. If you are a member of the public or witness who wants to speak, wait for me to call for public comments and then use Zoom raise your hand feature to put yourself on queue to speak. If you have dialed in by phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *9. And when you are told you are being unmuted, you should press *6 to unmute yourself before speaking. When it is your turn to speak, I will recognize you. Again, if you would like to use visual materials, please let me know before you speak, and you'll have 3 minutes to provide those comments. Comments and questions should be addressed to me and not to the department or the applicant. If you cannot finish your comments within the allotted time, you may submit written testimony to me by the end of this hearing. If I feel that a question is warranted, I will ask the question. After all comments are completed, I will close the item. We will now begin the hearing. Order number 204717, may I have Public Works make its presentation? Public Works, may I have you make your presentation? Looks like James unmuted, but I don't hear him. Does anyone else hear him?
James, are you there? We don't hear you.
We can't hear you. I'm not sure if he has technical
It doesn't
difficulty.
show him on mute.
Yeah, I think he tried saying something because the microphone, but I can't hear it.
Yeah, James, if you want to put something in the chat so we can further assist, or John, do you have the ability to present?
Unfortunately, I don't have the information that James was going to present this morning. So, James, can you type in the chat?
He can also try calling in if his microphone's not working.
Correct.
That could also work. And if he does, if he has any presentation he'd like to make too, he can let us know if he's going to share screen.
Yeah, he can actually send it to me and I could share it as well. Looks like we have James, we can't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, that's just me.
Okay. Nothing like being on the spot.
No.
Okay. I'll sort of thank you to the attendees for bearing with us with our technical difficulties. John, did you have, can you email me the material? Or you don't have the material?
I think it's better. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to rejoin. But the thing that should work for sure is if he dials in by phone. Even he can do both, right? He can join the Zoom call and then dial in by phone so that he can speak.
Yes.
And then you can present.
Hey, John, do you have any?
I don't have what he was going to present. So, I mean, we have the conditions,
Okay,
but
now he says, sorry, I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's.
Okay. Yeah. I see his message. I don't actually see him in the panelists. So did he come
No,
in?
I just switched him over.
Okay. There he is.
James, are you there? He's unmuted, but he's still not.
I see his video.
We see his video.
Yeah, we see your video, James.
I see his mouth moving.
Yeah,
You want
if
to try and
you can just dial in and use your phone.
I think that's the best bet at this point.
Yeah. And then you can share your screen to present if needed. So.
Okay. Do you have, James, do you have a presentation or something that we should put up on the screen? You can shake your head no. No, okay. Got it. And I'll wait until I see a dial-in number come in. You can use the iPhone One Touch, or you can just.
For whatever reason, the iPhone One Touch didn't work. It said at least when I did it, it said that meeting wasn't an active meeting. So when I did the one below, it worked. This one that I posted to the
Yeah,
chat.
if you just do the six, oh, there he is. Is that the 209 number?
I think so.
James, is that you on the 209 number?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
so-
You're live. We're ready for you.
Yeah, so for the Potrero Power Station site, we have a tentative map number 10714. You've already stated the details. The Department of Public Works has already reviewed and circulated to the city agencies and reviewed and considered all comments from other agencies. And today we were attempting to have a hearing to provide an opportunity for any interested party to provide comment on the tentative map approval for consideration by Public Works. That's all I have for today.
Okay, that was pretty straightforward. If you would like to comment on this item, please raise your hand using Zoom's raise your hand feature to put yourself on the queue to speak. If you have dialed in by phone, raise your hand by pressing *9. And when being told to mute, you can press *6 to unmute. Otherwise, if I don't see any comments for this item, I will close the item and make my recommendations to the director.
So because everyone was so nice and waited for us, I just want to point out the attendees that are in there. Mr. Abrams was there, as well as we have Aaron Epperson, Daniel Hansen, and Angelo Oberteo, my Spanish, sorry, Angelo. So if any of those attendees here would like to speak, please use the raise your hand feature. Because there's only one item and it is for public comment, we want to make sure that we give everyone time to speak if they so desire. Maybe we can wait a minute or so.
Yeah. Again, if anyone has any comments, now is the time to raise your hand or to speak up.
We have Mr. Abrams.
This is
Okay.
James Abrams. I'm the land use counsel for the project sponsor. We just want to thank DPW for all of its work on this map. It's a very large map, and we're happy to be at the place we're at. So that's our sole comment. And again, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abrams, for your comments. Again, if anyone would like to comment on this item, you may please raise your hand using the Zoom's feature. If there's no more comments, I will close the item and make my recommendations to the director. Does anyone else have any more comments? Okay, I think this is probably good enough, right, Clint?
I think so. If anybody from the city staff, including OEWD or John Thomas, if you feel like we need to go any longer, if not, I think we've provided adequate opportunities for comment at this point.
No, I would agree.
Okay. I guess if there's no other comments, then I'm going to close this hearing. So the hearing is now closed.